Hey, what's up, guys? Here we are with part 3 of the Adrenaline slash Shocker XLS rebuild. We're going to be doing the HPR assembly, and I think we're going to start from top to bottom because we do have something to talk about with this piece regarding if you have a team adrenaline gun or an early prototype. This is actually different than a standard XLS and a standard adrenaline shocker. We got our O-rings here. You're gonna need 3 010 O-rings. That's for standard. If you have a team or prototype adrenaline, you are gonna need 2 6x2 millimeter O-rings instead of 2 of the 010s. Then you're gonna need 1 006, 2 012 O-rings, and 3 014 O-rings. So we will actually start out with this top assembly here. I don't know the actual term for this. This is where the piston goes into. But there's one big difference here. Maybe I can show really good. So typically these are going to be 2 010 O-rings. But on a prototype or early team gun, you're going to have these, which are 6x2s. They are the same inner diameter as a 010, but a little bit thicker. Grabbed the wrong one. I grab a 010 here. There we go. So I don't know if you can see how small of a difference that is, but if I rebuilt this gun with 010s, you will have a leak out of that top diagnostic hole. So these are actually 6x2 millimeters, but again, that is only on prototype and very early team gun Shocker XLSs. So, all right, so we're gonna start out with this top here, which you are going to get your 2 6x2 millimeters, okay? And those pop right on. And again, I'm just gonna say, it is worth investing in these cheap Amazon kits. Again, don't use these as seals, but if you ever come across a gun that has a weird looking O-ring, look at all the different sizes you get. These are like $5 a piece. I figure out what weird size O-rings I need, and then I put in an order at the O-ring store, so I'll forever have that O-ring. But for diagnostic, I mean, it's perfect to have those. Then I have an internal one I forgot to take out. It's going to be the hardest O-ring to take out and install on this, but not that bad. There we go. And that is going to be a 010 actually. So for this, what I find is the easiest to get it in there is, let me zoom in. I like to use my tools to my advantage, so I'll kind of take my Allen key and push it in and try and get it into the groove. So see, now I've got that one side into the groove, and I'll take this other side of the Allen key and pop it in, and there you go, pops right in, nice and easy. And then there's going to be 014 right here. Your top piece is done. Then we'll move on to the piston, which obviously big spring, and the little spring goes in the bottom. So that inside O-ring is what interfaces with the piston here. Then you just have a 014, and there is another O-ring on the inside here. It is a number 12. It is not a sealing O-ring, and the gun will work flawlessly without it. But on the Shocker RSX, this O-ring was not here. This holds in this spring. What would happen is when you would take out your piston from the rag body, the spring would come out, and then you would have a hell of a time getting this piston out. So What this does is that 012, you really got to fit this spring in here. And now that spring is attached, and it gives you a nice way to pull out your piston. This is your reg seat. This is replaceable. This one's good. If you see any sort of indenting or chipping or cracking, replace it. Again, every shocker uses the same reg seat, so nice and easy to replace. So piston's done. Now we will do our little blow off safety here. So you got this piece first. You throw a 006 on the little indent. Okay. And then this piece here, having a brain fart. This piece goes over there, and then that's what seals against here. So you can see this little disc goes over the outer diameter, and then that interfaces with the little peg. And then you have your spring that goes here, and then that just pushes in. And you have one last 014 here. Okay. Oh, and on the outside of this little piece, there's a 012. So really, not too bad. So again, you got, these are normally going to be 010s. These are 6x2s, 014, 010 on the inside, 014 on the outside of the piston, 012 on the inside of the piston, 012 around the blow off, 006 inside the blow off, and then a 014 on the outside there. So we're not going to entirely lube this thing, but we will partially assemble it. So on your piston here, you don't want to get lube on the actual reg seat. Reg seats do not like lube. If you get some on there, it's not going to be the end of the world, but you want to get it on the outside of the shaft here. And big spring goes over there, and then this pops in here. So there's that. Then we will get a little bit of lube on here on this 006. I like to over lube because then you can pop this on there and it kind of holds that disc in place. And then obviously that is what interfaces here. And again, you're gonna hate this thing because it just falls apart until you get it together. We will lube the outside 012. And then we will try and install that and have it not fall apart. That pops right in here. Okay. So, blow off, piston, top piece. That is a fully rebuilt HPR.